West Holmes Knights Football Weekly Preview Show on WKLM.
This week's Knights Football Weekly Preview Show is brought to you by MRV Siding Supply. I'm Mac Roy alongside Will O'Donnell, and West Holmes a dramatic comfort behind 35-31 victory in Knight Stadium over Orville back on Friday night. And we have a lot going against West Holmes on Friday, but a huge fourth quarter gave them the win.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to see those kids come through in that clutch situation. Some of those young guys hadn't been there in years past, so it was good to see how they respond. I know Coach Gardner was glad to see it.
Just found the way. One of those clutch guys was the quarterback, junior quarterback, Morgan Smith, throwing for 350 yards, 3 touchdown passes, ran for 2 scores, 100 yards, and he really stepped up big time.
Yeah, he did, both on the ground, too, and big strikes when we needed it. I mean, him and Logan Zoller seem like they're connecting on some deep balls, and that's good to see, especially this early in the season.
Well, you mentioned Logan Zoller kind of showing his big playability that we saw on Friday night.
Yeah, and we were looking for somebody to step up. With Kyle Maltrich out for a few weeks, who was going to be that guy? And it looks like Logan Zoller says, hey, throw me the ball. I'm that guy.
And we talked about those skill guys, but how about the offensive line? Did a great job also down the stretch of that game.
Yeah, I think in the second half especially, I thought the trap was there, the whams were there. I thought the communication was better, and I think those guys are grasping what the double teams and the communication need to look like. That's always going to get better and better as the season wears on, too.
And give Orville a lot of credit. Their offense certainly giving West Holmes' defense a lot of troubles throughout the night, but when the Knights' defense needed to step up late in that game, they got some big stuffs.
Yeah. All the credit to Orville. I mean, they were a well-coached team, and we knew they weren't going to be the same team West Holmes saw week 2 last year, and they showed that. They're young, they're getting better and better. Probably the best 0-2 team you're going to see in this area, so look out. I think they're going to win a lot of games, and it's going to help playoff points for West Holmes as well.
No question about that. West Holmes, though, now 2-0 in the season and has a new school record, 23 consecutive regular season wins. For more on that and, of course, more on this week's opponent as well, Licking Valley, let's go out to Zach Gardner and Jake Seidel over in Knight Stadium.
Thanks, Matt. Coach, once again, your team has etched themselves in the history book, 23 straight wins. What's it mean for you and your guys to do something that's never been done at West Holmes before?
Yeah, it means a lot. You know, I think it's indicative of all of the hard work that has went into our program, you know, from our players, you know, going all the way back, you know, to 2017, setting the tone and being the carpenters of the program. That's what we told them at the time. You guys are the ones building the building blocks, the foundation for this program, to every kid that's came here and played and established to the culture and helped set the culture, to every coach that's coached here and given of their time and, you know, done everything that they could, to our community, to our administration, to our school, and to our parents who allow us to coach their kids appropriately, to be hard on them and to push them to be the best that they can be. There's a whole heck of a lot of people that have put a whole heck of a lot into this, and I think it's appropriate to pause and reflect upon how successful it's been, and that's something that's very special. You know, historically speaking, you know, from the perspective of our school, to win this many consecutive regular season games is something that we're very proud of.
Well, Coach, we talked last week about Orville, and you said they were going to give you their best shot. They came out and did just that. But one thing I noticed walking the sideline is your team doesn't know the word quit. I could see them really starting to feel that they were going to come back late in that game. What can you tell us about the culture of your team and how it helps you push through adversity like that?
Yeah, you take it one play at a time. You know, when you build everything like you do, how we do on effort and attitude and toughness and selflessness, you know, those are what our kids hear all the time, and we focus about taking it one play at a time. You know, our kids came out and they took Orville's best shot. You know, every weird bounce that could have happened in a game went against us. You know, outside circumstances affecting us, you know, injuries affecting us, but our kids, you know, that they don't know the word quit and they keep fighting, and that's definitely a life virtue that is going to serve them well as they grow up, being able to look adversity in the eye and to keep on fighting, and it's something we're very proud of, and we're very happy to come away with a win last Friday.
Logan Zoller's had himself a night, 2 huge touchdowns that really helped keep it in the game. That 69-yard touchdown in the first quarter and the 90-yard touchdown later in the game to pull it back to within a score. And he has a great day on defense. How much does it help your team when you have a guy step up like that?
You know, big time. You know, we talk all the time with our kids about, you know, obviously with Kyle Maltrich being hurt, Logan had to step up and fill that role a lot about what Kyle would do for us. And, you know, the way that he stepped up and the plays that he made offensively were huge for us. You know, we challenged him to go out and be the man, and he went out and he executed, and he made a ton of plays for us and put us in a position to win another game.
Coach, Licking Valley on Friday. You had them here last year. They're 0-2 to start the season against a very good Sheridan, a Heath team. What are you expecting to see out of the Panthers?
Yeah, a decades-built program. When you're going against a program, we're going on a road trip to a school that the current head football coach, the stadium is named after him. So that's all you need to know about the decades of properly built football program that they have there. Their kids have a lot of pride. Licking Valley, a perennial playoff team going deep in the playoffs. Lots of appearances in regional finals in the Final Four and state finals. And they understand how to win. They have a culture of winning down there, and it's going to be tough for us as we take our young team on a bus and go an hour and 15 minutes away and play a high quality team. So we're focusing on ourselves. We're focusing on getting better. We're focusing on growing up and fixing the mistakes that we made last Friday night. And we're excited to see our kids go out and play against a quality team.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time today. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Back with the West Holmes wide receiver, Logan Zoller. Logan, you had 2 big touchdown grabs, one in the first quarter that went 69 yards, one later in the game to pull it back within a score for 90 yards. Can you walk us through those plays and kind of tell us what was going through your head at those big junctions in the game?
Honestly, we were repping up those plays all week. We knew it was going to work because we watched film on Orville and Worcester, and it was just a matter of time before we called one of the plays. We called... For the first touchdown, we called it pretty early, and it was wide open, just like Coach said. And so that was kind of his call, and we got the touchdown for that. And then the last one, I was waiting for that call all night, and just when we needed it, we called it, and worked just like we thought it would.
You had a big game on the defensive side, too. How much pride do you take in the ability of being able to make those big plays on both sides of the ball?
I mean, I know I got to step up because we're missing Kyle right now, and he's going to be coming back here soon. And honestly, I got to give it to the D-line this week. They caused so much havoc. E-Dub had so many big plays on the D-line, and he played his butt off.
You got Licking Valley on Friday. What are you and your guys doing to get ready for the Panthers?
We're going to be practicing very hard and discipline, and we just got to get back to our old selves, and we got to do our stuff right.
Well, thanks for your time today. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
We'll send it back to Matt Croy at MRV Siding Supply.
All right, Jake, thank you. And here at MRV Siding Supply, of course, MRV Siding Supply, mark your calendars for this. The Contractor Appreciation Day, it's coming up on Friday, September 8th from 11 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. that day. Of course, the vendors will be on here to answer your questions about their many top-quality products they have at MRV Siding Supply. Of course, they're going to have free drinks and refreshments and food that day, and also giveaways that day as well. So mark your calendar. Again, the Contractor Appreciation Day at MRV Siding Supply, Friday, September 8th from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And just don't forget to stop by anytime here. They have their, of course, great top-quality products. Nothing but top-quality products. That's kind of their standard here at MRV Siding Supply when it comes to their siding, their windows, their doors. And, of course, they have some of their new products here, the Sierra Pacific windows and doors, as well as the Provia Harbor Mill shake and shingle siding as well at MRV Siding Supply. Their newer location here over the past year, located on County Road 624 in Millersburg, or on the web at MRVsiding.com. Well, West Holmes, their week 3 opponent will be Licking Valley, taking on them for a second consecutive year. Of course, got the win in Knight Stadium over the Panthers last year by the score of 56-14. The Panthers will go on to a 5-6 record against a really stiff competition they faced last year, no question about it. Looking for their first winning season since the 2020 year, though, as they've started off this year at 0-2 against really good opponents again, Sheridan as well as Heath last week. Of course, they went as a state runner-up back in 2019, so some very rich football tradition, certainly, for this Licking Valley squad. For West Holmes, of course, a 2-0 record so far, wins over Triway as well as Orville, and alongside Will O'Donnell once again. And Will, we talk about this, despite their record and what West Holmes did last year to Licking Valley, we know a very proud tradition for the Panthers.
Yeah, longtime coach there. He's a legend, like you said. I think the field's named after the guy. They're going to come in a lot like Orville. I think they're going to be a young team that's greatly improved. I think they're going to have a chip on their shoulder after that result last year. And you know they're going to be well coached. You know they're going to execute well. You're going to have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves.
And West Holmes' first road game of the year, Will, always something a little bit different when you take that first road trip.
Yeah, and you want to see how your young guys respond to that. It's a long drive. I mean, it's over an hour. You got to have a different mindset the night before. You got to have a different mindset after school. All those little things that maybe you don't think about that these young guys are going to have to learn to go on the road and execute.
Not too far away from the OCC play beginning here, but you still want to finish that non-conference play up strong.
Yeah, you always want to go, non-conference 3-0. You want to get into the league unscathed, healthy, and boy, it starts right out of the gates with a strong Mansfield senior team, so we're not going to get any rest.
Aside from that, from West Holmes, well, from what you've seen so far, what are some things maybe you'd like to see from West Holmes this week other than a win?
I'd like to continue to see the offensive line to develop up front. I think it always helps your passing game and a young quarterback when you can run the ball effectively, and I think we saw that in the second half. I continue to like to see the defensive backs continue to grow and improve, especially without Kyle Maltridge possibly in the lineup. I want to see that continue.
Should be a lot of fun. Don't miss it. That's Will O'Donnell. Of course, they're going to be video live streaming the game this Friday night. Yeah, it is a road game. Still video streaming that game on YouTube, so don't miss that on the WKLM YouTube page, courtesy of our partnership with Claxton Communications. And the game will also be on FM 95.3, as well as WKLM-FM.com. Our hometown football Friday night pregame show begins, as always, at 6 p.m. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. For Will O'Donnell, I am Mac Roy. Special thanks also, of course, to Jake Seidel, Zach Gardner, and Logan Zollers. And that's been this week's Nice Football Weekly Preview Show, brought to you by MRV Siding Supply.
Thank you for watching the West Holmes Knights Football Weekly Preview Show on WKLM.